A new season is about to begin here in League One as we have a second bite of the cherry in the same division that we narrowly missed out on promotion from in the playoffs last season. Is promotion on the cards for us this time? Hello and welcome back to Unemployed to Legend, episode 11 of Club 2 here at Wycombe Wanderers. My name is Craig, and as mentioned in the intro, the first two games of the League One season are here, home against Sheffield Wednesday and away against that old rival, Fleetwood Town. Away from home is going to be a very, very good test for us considering what's happened at their ground last season. Since you were last with us, of course, last episode we went through all the transfers that have occurred in and out of the club. If you wish to see those more in depth, I urge you to go back and watch that last episode, and also make sure you drop it a like down below in the video, and the same for this video as well. If you're excited about the new season that is here, make sure you hit the like button down below. Also hit the subscribe button as well, the big red button down below somewhere beneath this video screen. Anyway, it does help the channel out. It's free to do, and also so you don't miss a single episode of season 5 here in League One. It's not the 5th season overall in League One, this is our 2nd season, but we are going to get things started off today. Home against Sheffield Wednesday is our first clash. We'll then do the Fulham game, or I'll do the Fulham game off camera, because the League Cup we don't actually care about. It's not top of our priority list. The league is the big priority this season, as well as the FA Cup. We still want the prize money at the end of the day. So let's get into the first game of the season. I've already gone through the team itself. In fact, one thing I need to do before we get into the game is actually sort out the set pieces. Why are some of my players already heavy on the match load? Did they play too many friendlies or something? Good grief. So bear with me, and let me just quickly check out my set pieces, and then we'll get into the starting 11. Well, hey, all the set pieces are actually done before the game this time, so this is going to be our starting 11 for the first game of the season. Patterson in goal, Bueno, Jones, Alfie Jones, new signing, Stewart and McCarthy as the back four. Jones in from Derby County, £50,000 signing. He's got Championship and League One experience, which is why I have brought him in, because he adds a bit more depth to our centre-back lineup. Thompson and Gomez at the base of the midfield, with a new signing Harry Chapman on the left wing. Expecting some good things from him. Down the left-hand side of our wings, he actually displaces Jordan Obita, who is of course back from his injury at the end of last season. Cooper in attacking midfield with Adebayo on the right wing. Scully up front. I did mention in the previous episode and in the episode before that as well, Jones was supposed to be back for this season. Vicky J. Jones, who was with us last season. Unfortunately, Peterborough called him back because they weren't happy that we were playing him out of position, even though we weren't playing games over June. Just didn't make any sense why they took him back after they had already agreed to let us have him for this coming season. So whatever, we can't get him back. They're asking for way too much. Want to be impressed today? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's see how that goes. But we can't afford to get Vicky J. Jones back, which is unfortunate. Mark Scully did come back, so that is why we have brought in new signing Tyler Smith, who is currently on the bench at the moment, and Leighton Stewart, a loan signing from Liverpool. He is also on the bench. If you want to have a look at these guys in more depth, I urge you go back and watch Monday's episode for an in-depth look at some of these players, or many of the new players that we have brought in, as well as the players who have gone out. Today's video, of course, shows us a big test against both of our opponents. Sheffield Wednesday here, of course, who are always a big side at League One level regardless. We did struggle against them last season. Also against Fleetwood Town, which is, well, that's not a great start, is it? It's that same guy who scored against us last season as well. How have we not dealt with him? Of course, away at Fleetwood is going to be another tough test as well, because it's Fleetwood away from home. They did us big time away from home both times last season, including in the League One playoffs, the first leg. I'm very aware as well we're still playing that Gegenpress system that we ended the season on. We can't be playing that every single game, because obviously it's just going to knacker our players out. Even if we have got better players in, I feel, for this season, although it's going to take a while for a few of them just to settle in, just bed in, while we try and weather the storm in this early game. And why are we so exposed at the back? What is going on? Okay, maybe we just need to drop their line of engagement a little bit going at the top, because clearly there's just so many gaps between, good save for Patterson, there's just so many gaps between our defence, our midfield and our attack. As I hope Patterson rolled that ball out. We'll never know because the highlight just ended. Throw in here, McCarthy, normally quite good at them. I have got him on long throws, and that's a wasted header I think by Scully. But if he does it short, I'm not too bothered. As long as we keep hold of the ball, then it's absolutely fine. Obviously the aim from set pieces is to get the ball to Scully, because he is 6'8", as many of our players are already anxious, which is not a great sign for the start of this season. I did mention actually in the last episodes, the end of the transfer special, we are aiming for promotion, although we simply have to be better in front of goal, at least start hitting the target more often. Yeah, we have the second half to make amends. I mean, it wasn't a great performance, was it? Certainly not becoming of a team who want to be in that promotion hunt this season. I would like to start the season with a nice victory, although at the moment I'll take a draw, even if it is at home, and even if it is against Sheffield Wednesday. Corner for McCarthy, if he just swings the ball in, there is Scully! Yes, and it's in, it did hit the bar. Stewart, thankfully though, was there on the rebound, and he puts the ball in the back of the net for our first goal of the season. Like I said, just get the ball to Scully and he's going to create havoc. And there he is, hitting the bar, and thankfully Stewart is there. I think he is the one who's supposed to mark the keeper. He's in the right place at the right time. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Set pieces are going to be a major source of goal, I think, for us this season. McCarthy is tired. He's one of our better players at the moment. I'm just looking at Tyler Smith. Scully is very tired. I think we're going to have to take Scully off in this case. How tall is Smith? He's only 5'10", but he can play as an advanced forward. Yeah, I mean, he's more than capable. So let's have a look at him. Obita. Let's have a look. I want to have a look at Obita on... Well, I look at Obita. I know what Obita can do on the left wing. I want to have a look at Chapman in the middle. Apparently he can play attacking midfield. Let's see how he does in that role. Let's just swap a couple of these players around, as thankfully Sheffield Wednesday see fit to give us the ball back. Jones, although a different one, Alfie Jones this time, playing the ball out of defence. Adebayo, he's going to stay on the pitch for the moment. Obita into Smith, and can Smith... That was a terrible shot. That was awful. Let's just go to a more positive mentality, as I just hope and pray that's not the most we're going to be seeing of Tyler Smith this season. Billy Heaps is going to come on that box-to-box midfield role ahead of Curtis Thompson. Curtis Thompson, I just want to manage his game time a little bit this season, as well as Stewart, because of course they're both in their 30s. I don't really want to wear them out, and I think this game is going to peter out to a draw in the end. It's not the greatest result, but it's not the worst. And we did out XG them. Let's say more victory. We out XG'd them. I have to sympathise with you all. It was one of those days. Yeah, just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. I'm not going to destroy any morale or dynamics based off of that. It's a 1-1 draw. It's against a top side, Sheffield Wednesday, who were in the playoffs with us. Take the draw and go, because we've now got to focus. Well, first on Fulham in the Carabao Cup. I'll do that offline. And then we've got to go away to a place I don't like going away to, Fleetwood Town. Carabao Cup first round done, and a very, very nice 1-0 victory. Kind of unexpected. We were playing Championship Fulham. A first goal of the season for Leighton Stewart, our new loanee signing from Liverpool. 22-year-old English striker. Has potential to be a leading Championship striker in the future. So for him to get off the mark in a big game like that, very, very pleasing to see. Despite that, he is going to be starting from the bench today, because I'm still going to persist with Scully for this match. I just know what Scully can bring, especially with his aerial threat. So I think the only real change... No, there's actually been a couple of changes here. Critchlow will come in at centre-back ahead of Alfie Jones. That's just move Alfie Jones up there. I like my centre backs near the top of my subs. And Obita comes in on the left wing, meaning Chapman will move across into that attacking midfield role. And Oliver Cooper, who has played both games so far, I don't really want to wear him out, so he will go in the reserves for this one. I need to get the match fitness up on a few players, so certainly Matthew Blake, Zach Swanson, Oliver Casey, who's just coming back from injury anyway. He can play about 45 minutes of action, but I'll probably try and save him for the second round of the League Cup, where we are away against Coventry. Still not going to show it. I think we're definitely going to be playing the reserves anyway. Go out there and impress me. Yeah, we'll be playing the subs and the reserves in that second round game, because again, the League Cup is just not the focus. The focus is League One. Oh, this is a full house, as yet again we find ourselves at Highbury away against Fleetwood. Anyone who watched the playoffs at the end of last season will know what happened when we came here last time. So we don't exactly have the greatest of records at this ground, and that is actually the man who just completely ruined us, the one whose name had actually flashed up. I don't want to mention his name because Football Manager has a habit of listening. Obita, first start of the season. It's actually, ironically, it's his first league start since, it was offside anyway. I thought that was a missed opportunity. It's actually his first league start since the Fleetwood game in the playoffs. And what was that jump supposed to be? Who was that? Was that Critchlow? Because that, quite frankly, was terrible. We're too high up in the line of engagement, so let's just bring it back a little bit, just so we can just squeeze the middle of the field a tiny little bit. Both of us, it appears, have drawn out opening games of the season, and yet again, Fleetwood did have another highlight, but thankfully we've turned the ball over. There is Obita and he smacks the bar. We turned the ball well over that time. Oh, Adebayojo's just turned it over. My goodness, twice in one highlight. I'm in shock. But Fleetwood just look menacing yet again. I expect them to be up near the top of the league this season. Hopefully we'll be up there with them as we try and get our first league win of the season. McCarthy into Gomez, just going back and forth between each other. Into Obita in the area, but he just heads over the bar. As some of our players are feeling a little bit anxious, I've just encouraged the lads, and then a highlight started before I could. So if we score here, they're not going to be very happy. Stuart, why are you going on the right hand side, man? What are you doing? Oh my god, oh my goodness, I forgot Patterson's a sweeper keeper. Oh, is that what sweeper keeper does? That's terrifying. Bueno puts it into the area and Adebayojo heads over. We are getting the chances. Look at that, 13 chances in less than 40 minutes. We need a goal. And there is Scully, another chance goes begging. Oh my gosh. Do we need to go back with two up front? Or do we need to have like a shadow striker? That's actually not too bad of an idea. Doesn't reflect, yeah, it really doesn't reflect the pattern of the game. Let's just really boost people's confidence here. I'm just thinking, what about a shadow striker in our attacking midfielder? I mean, can Chapman play that sort of role? Oh, actually he can. Oh, this could change everything. We are going to try Chapman as a shadow striker. If you play him in that role, he's only accomplished in that role, but apparently shadow striker is his best one. Interesting. Let's see if it does indeed work, as Critchlow sweeps up very, very nicely in central defence. Do you know what the sad part is? Stuart wasn't even on a ball playing defender role. This is the risk. I can't even blame Patterson for that. That's just Stuart. That's just Stuart being a fool. As we need to impose ourselves more. They're tiring. We should be taking the game to them. I am seriously not happy. Right, what we are going to do. Obita is knackered. He did play in the midweek game against Fulham. So Connor Malley is going to come in. He can play as an Ongonch. What does an Ongonch even do? I've never used one. Never used an Ongonch. Let's have a look. Joins midfield and attack, operates behind the strikers, sticks to his position. It's a stationary role. Okay. Very frustrated. You know what, Stuart? I'm going to take you off for Hutchings as well. You've clearly played a lot of football. He is my captain. I am entrusting him more often than not. But maybe he just needs to take a break. As another chance goes begging. How many chances do you need? 21 chances. 6 of them on target. This is beyond a joke. This is not even close to a joke. We've had so many chances. Scully's not the right man, is he? Let's just see how this highlight goes. Oh, for crying out loud. And yeah, that's the difference right there. Right, get me Leighton Stewart. Get me Leighton. Oh my goodness. Yet again. It's completely against the run of play. I don't even want to say that again. It's completely against the run of play. We have dominated. We have absolutely dominated. It's just half chance. It's not even half chances, is it? It's just really frustrating that we can't even put the ball in the back of the net. I could go attacking. What would be the point? It's been disallowed, but yet again, they're clinical. We're not. What is going on? Wow, they've got 2 of their players offside there. I don't particularly understand. Is it because we got too high a tempo? Distribute quickly, right? I mean, maybe the tempo is just too high. This is something we're going to have to try and figure out as Stewart gets the ball there. We've just played it all the way back to Thompson. I don't know why. Into... Oh, good chance by Malley. I mean, for all that we've done in this game, we may as well have just had a shot from there. McCarthy with another free kick. Sorry, corner kick. Free kick. Corner kick, but it comes to absolutely nothing. This has just been a game where the ball just doesn't want to go in. And this is the problem. This is the 3rd season in a row I've had this problem. I mean, if another goal goes in for Fleetwood there, it's undeserved, but at the same time, credit for their clinical football, because there's zero else I could actually do here. We've had so many chances. Honestly, what else can we actually do? Well, one back there by Chapman. There is Stewart. Oh, for crying out loud. This is just a weird highlight at this point. Bueno puts it in. Oh my goodness, and Leighton Stewart comes close now. We've had the chances. Look at the XG. Look at the shots. How have we not scored? I mean, it's too late. If we do score now, it's a glimmer of hope, but not much of one. Can't even score that chance. Oh. Oh, this is crippling. How have we not scored? There is Stewart, but he can't get to the ball. I don't want this to be the story of our season where we are not able to score. I don't know, does the match engine favour 2 strikers instead of just 1? Because if so, that's a big problem. Well, not so much of a big problem. We do have a target man up front. Actually, the highlight is still going here, but that's because it's now full time. Another loss at Fleetwood's grounds. Our defence, Bueno, Critchlow and McCarthy did everything they could. Stewart had a poor game. Obita did everything he could. We did everything right, except for score. Yeah, we had a lot of chances. You saw the match stats. Nearly 2 on the XG. And we had about 25 shots. 25, 26 shots overall. I can't get over how we didn't score that. Wickham impotent. That describes our shots very, very well. It is hoping that we improve over the next however many games before we come back that Stockport game is looking quite important. It could be quite an important one. QPR, one of the favourites to go up. They're 10th at the moment in the league. In fact, it's after I know it's just 2 games in, but we're 17th in the league. Okay, we've only played 2 times, but we need to improve fast because we can't score for whatever reason. We'll come back for that QPR and probably the Birmingham game as well, and we'll see what progress we've made by then. We would have had another 5 league games or so by that point, so if we improve, the QPR game will be massive. Just please, lads, score. Score. I want to see multiple goals on these stats here. First 2 games of the season are in the books, and I hope that you have enjoyed this episode. And if you have, make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button so you don't miss a single upload of Unemployed to Legend going forward. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video, and have yourself a great week.